The more I hear about Doctor Who, the more excited I get. This is going to be an incredible Magic the Gathering release, and I'm all in, baby. But honestly, I didn't see this coming. I'm not in any way, shape, or form a Doctor Who fan. I don't follow the storylines, and Doctor Who doesn't, rouse any curiosity or excitement in me whatsoever. But the Magic the Gathering principles being put into place for this release is something I can get behind, and I think it's how we should see a ton of these Universes Beyond sets perform going forward. Let's talk about what I mean, and then today, let's get into what Doctor Who might do for the future of Magic the Gathering. Alright, let's go. I've been extremely vocal about the Universes Beyond product, both on this channel and just with my community and anyone who talks to me about Magic the Gathering. I understand that at this point in time, Universes Beyond is just going to exist, whether we want it to or not. I also understand that Universes Beyond poses an amazing opportunity for a game that we know and love, as in, it brings more people into our community. Let's look at the Lord of the Rings release. This had a widening effect to Magic the Gathering, put more eyes on our game, and got more enthusiasts than ever engaged in something that we all know and love. And Doctor Who, I believe, is going to attempt to do the same thing, but in a vastly different way. I want to talk about some things I'm hearing about the Doctor Who release. These are not scoopies, but it's something that hasn't been talked about yet, so it's exciting to kind of be on the forefront and a little bit early on that. And I also want to talk about what this means for the future of Magic the Gathering products. Now, what I mean by some of the exciting news about Doctor Who is, you guys know that I engage not only with a store that sponsors this channel, Min-Max Games, but I also do a podcast every Friday morning over on Kitchen Table TCG. You can check them out on YouTube, and we talk about all things Magic the Gathering and other TCGs as well. And it has been discussed with all the game stores that I communicate with and some of my good friends that the Doctor Who allocation is coming out a bit differently than we would have expected, and this is actually very exciting. When we harken back to the closest facsimile to the Doctor Who Commander product, and we look at the Warhammer Commander product, we saw that set was a massive hit with people who love to play Magic the Gathering, i.e. all of us on this side of the counter. And that was an absolute win, and Doctor Who looks to replicate some of those principles. First and foremost, it does seem like the Doctor Who Commander decks are going to be readily available. Yes, the regular Commander decks are going to be readily available, and I know I mentioned Warhammer 40k. I'm not talking about these. We're talking about the regular Commander decks, not the crazy Pringle blingy ones. The regular Commander decks being readily available is a big deal for our community. The fact that people can go out, buy all four, sit down in a pod, and play Magic the Gathering in the world and realm of Doctor Who has showed to be a successful way to get people engaged with the product. Lord of the Rings, limited play at every single event across the United States, being, close to sold out, if not sold out, and highly popular, shows that we love playing Magic in these different worlds. And again, the Warhammer decks being bought and sleeved and just left as whole decks, not being upgraded at all to a vast number of Commander players, is a massive win, because it just shows we love playing those decks. But I just mentioned playing them in that pod, and it requires a bit of balance, right? Some decks are always going to be better than others, but there has to be some resemblance of balance, and this is where Doctor Who, I believe, must get it right. Now, the Doctor Who Commander product isn't really out yet. We know that there's going to be functionally unique cards in these Doctor Who Commander decks. It's like 40 or 50 functionally unique cards in each deck, and this, in my opinion, is another win. Now, this is compounded by the fact that the decks should be readily available based on early allocation numbers, and if that's the case, people are going to be clamoring to get their hands on some of these brand new and functionally unique cards. And again, that's just a win in my opinion. The fact that we can give Magic enthusiasts new toys to play with, new cards to use, and a new way to use them, in my opinion, again, is just a fantastic thing. I think these two things are setting this set up for great success. But it goes deeper than that, in my opinion. Now, if you've been on this channel long enough, and if you're not subscribed, I ran the numbers again, and it's like 80% of viewers are not subscribed. We're back up to 80%. We're down to 75. We're back up to 80%. If you're here, you come here often, you come here very, even occasionally, hit that subscribe button. It helps support the channel, and it helps us grow to 6750 subs. I can't believe we blew past 6,500 already. But if you've been here for a while, you've heard me say this before. There's a little tangent there, but you've heard me say this before. Trading card game communities are not made up of all one type of person. I've talked about playing Doctor Who. I've talked about how important it is to get new tools in the hands of players, how important the balance is, being able to play in that universe and have that theme and really sink our teeth and our claws into that. But it goes beyond that. Magic the Gathering is a collectible card game. Whether we like it or not, people will always want to do things like this and slab cards and have things that they can display or put in binders and are proud of. And Doctor Who is doing this in a way that will transition new fans or people coming into the Magic community into the normal Magic ecosystem in a way we haven't seen. It's also giving a bit of service to us dedicated Magic the Gathering enthusiasts. What I mean by this is Doctor Who Commander comes with a collector booster box. Now, we differ greatly from that Warhammer deck we just talked about. This Warhammer series had these collector crazy baller decks, which were just exact replicas of their predecessor deck or the lower cost deck, but it actually came with crazier art, wild foils, and a whole can of Pringles if you've ever opened one of these things, even though I do think they're a really good product. This collector booster box, however, introduces people into one of the most exciting things that you can get in Magic the Gathering, and that is pack opening. There are pack cracking addicts, if you will, not to shout out another YouTube channel, but even I get down the pack cracking addict YouTube hole every once in a while. But it's a part of our game and a part of our community that is important, teaching people the excitement or showing them the excitement of opening a booster pack, getting something crazy. And with the collector booster pack set to contain serialized Doctor cards, this is going to be not only a fan favorite, but something that services people who want specialized versions of those 50 unique cards and so on and so forth. But the collector booster box is often a rough stance, and I normally don't have this much product within arm's reach, but the collector booster box can be hit or miss, and we have Streets of New Capenna right here, and this is just going to work out super perfectly, because sometimes the collector booster box isn't a win. It's not collectible, it's super cheap, and you don't feel like you get your money's worth. Well, back to the talking about those allocations earlier, it does seem like the collector booster box is a bit more tightly allocated. Now, that's super early news. If you stuck around this long, you get the super early news. Make sure you also check out the channel memberships, $5 a month, exclusive content, all that yada yada yada. But it seems like this might be a limited print product, and if this is a product that, I don't want to say short printed, but let's just call it is not printed to the moon, we are in for some success. We saw that with things like the Complete Bundle. We saw that with collector boxes like Brothers War, Phyrexia All-Will-Be-One, March of the Machine, where they had an initial surgence because of the popularity of those products, and those collector boxes have held up over time better than anything else. Heck, to use an extreme, we saw the Universes Beyond Lord of the Rings collector box go to the moon and then stay up above $380. But there's, you know, for our knowledge, there's no one-of-one ring in this product, so that's not a great direct comparison. All in all, I think this product is going to give us something that we really crave. A wonderful play experience, brand new cards to get our hands on, and something collectible, which in Magic the Gathering this day and age is harder to come by. I'm actually digging back into some of the reserve list. I'm collecting serialized cards because I'm still jonesing for some Magic the Gathering collectability, and that's where I think I'm going to find it in this day and age. Watch out on the channel for videos about stuff like that. Again, thank you so much for hanging out. I want to hear from all of you. What do you think about the Doctor Who release? Are you as excited as I am? Even if you're not a Doctor Who fan, with the Magic the Gathering principles I just outlined, do they excite you? Is it something that you think is going to be worth getting into? Are you all out? Do you not care about Doctor Who? Let me know in the comment section below if you think about it. Share this video on any social media platform where you engage with Magic the Gathering discussion, because not only do I think growing our community is a good thing, I really like scrolling through those and seeing my videos and being like, oh wow, look at this whole discussion going on here. This is incredible to me. Thank you so much for hanging out. Until next time, you all know me. My name is Josh, and, well, we will see you around. I can't believe I had all this product within arm's reach. That's just awesome. I wish I would plan that. That's great.